So excited to be one of the first people to get some extensive seat time on the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450.
I would say this is my favorite.
We're on a mountaintop. The thunder is incredibly loud and terrifying.
This is no powder puff, carefully curated. You're gonna love every second because it's gonna be so good, Ride. I am in beautiful Utah, about an hour outside of Salt Lake City at the Daniels Summit Lodge for my very first press launch. We're here to check out the all-new Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. And oh my God, did they redesign this thing from the ground up. Good looking bike, honestly. And if you're into that classic kind of hipster vibe, it's probably the best adventure bike out there just based on that. They've made a ton of improvements. They've nearly doubled the horsepower of this bike. It's now water cooled. It has a fancy new dash, more ground clearance, more comfortable. It has a center stand standard. And the real highlight, I guess, is this crazy display. So look at the controls. Kind of fun. Yeah, pretty cool, dude. Pretty cool. Okay, the windscreen is awful low. I'll give you that. My biggest concern with this bike, is a concern I had with the previous model, the 400, and that is when I test rode it, it just couldn't do highway speeds at all. That bike had 24.3 horsepower, I want to say. This one has almost 40, so should be a lot different tomorrow when we get out on the highway. Another significant addition, you'll notice the forks say Showa, so it's now a Showa inverted fork. It was not that before, so that should add quite a bit of suspension performance. Comes standard with a center stand, and you can get this with tubeless tires. So it'll be the least expensive motorcycle with tubeless tires, dual sport or adventure anyway, that I've ever heard of. Sitting on it feels way different already than the other one, than the 400. I was not impressed with the 400. It was like one of those, it's good for what it costs because they were cheap, but this might be just an all-around good motorcycle that just happens to be cheap. That's what we're here to find out. Ian, Big Rock Moto, is on his way. I came in from the airport with Stacy from Ride to Food. I know Ananda is gonna be here, so lots of people, lots of cool people. Patrick, who you may remember from the True Adventure Tour, is here, so I'm unbelievably stoked. And I'm very stoked to be bringing all of you along on my very first press launch. One of the goals for my channel last year was I want to get invited to a press launch, and I didn't actually get invited to one last year. So we're a little late, but we're here. It's happening. Big thanks to Royal Enfield for bringing me out. This is gonna be a blast. I have a porch. Pretty cool. The morning information sessions are done. We are gearing up and getting ready to head out. This is Chad Douglas. If you ever see him at a dealership, do not listen to a word he says. Okay? He is a bad influence, and that's why I like him so much. And there's Ian, doing Ian stuff. He's doing Ian stuff. That's a nice clean bike, dude. Let's change that. I'm excited to see what this thing can do. First impressions. I don't know what position this seat is in, but it's very easy to get my feet to the ground. Comfortable. Wide seat, I like that. The bike doesn't feel super heavy, which is good. So it has a super wide wheelbase, or long wheelbase, which makes it like not lean in as quickly and easily as I'd like. Yeah, it definitely is light. Feels like we can toss it around. Oh, that induction noise is sick, dude. Yeah, it's not a speed demon. It's not a monster. Definitely a super even acceleration, which, you know, this bike is just so good for newish riders that I think all of that is good stuff. But supposedly, it has the chops to handle the freeway speeds and stuff, so we'll find out. But anyway, switching ABS off is as simple as hitting this button. Hit it twice, rear ABS off, and bam, it just goes off. You have to be stopped, but you can do it on the fly. There's no menu or anything to go into, so just the menu button. That's pretty sick. So the idea was get the modern features so you don't have to mount your phone and do all that without compromising the classic aesthetic of the bike, and they did a great job. This is a very unique round TFT screen. Apparently square and rectangular ones are much easier to make, so pretty cool that they managed to make that work and preserve the aesthetic. There's a small USB charger right under here, so I could throw my phone in this bag and you can actually connect your phone to, there's an app, you can connect it to the dash and have navigation right here on the dash and preserve all of your information. They call that the Tripper Dash, and no need to mount anything to the phone. And it's connected Bluetooth, so you don't even need to like plug it in for that. All you'd want to, because you want it charging while you're navigating. But super impressed with that. What a cool way to combine modern and classic. And this bike, definitely, one of its big selling points is the aesthetic. It has a very unique aesthetic. It's definitely a no-frills basic motorcycle. No plastics to brake. Comes with basically all the protection you need. Power delivery is very smooth. Yeah, you really got to get into it. So it has supposedly 90% of torque at 30% throttle, which is a nice kind of low-end power delivery. But it's also kind of made for the entry-level newish rider, which is why from the beginning it's kind of soft. It doesn't have a super harsh throttle delivery at all. We could have flash floods today with the thunderstorms, and there's a big sign telling us that that is in fact possible. Fun.
So we're off the highway onto this. It's mostly, I mean, it's paved, but we keep hitting these washes where flash flooding has covered the road in dirt. So highway impressions, that was like, I don't know, 20 minutes to half an hour on the highway. It's very stable on the highway, very stable. So much so that it's actually kind of hard to lean into corners at high speeds. But I will tell you, my biggest complaint, and honestly, probably the reason why I never recommended the Himalayan 411 to people, was the fact that it was just a dog on the highway. Like, it wouldn't even go 70 with me on it. And I got this up to 87. So they've definitely rectified that particular weakness in a compelling way, which is good. Seat is very comfortable, very wide. No pressure points so far. And the bike just cruises. I will say this, it's very easy to ride, particularly if you just keep it below 6,000 or 7,000. It's very friendly, very easy, very smooth. There are no surprises here. So it's very friendly for a new rider, very confidence-inspiring on the road. Wow, cool. Unbelievable. We in Utah now, boys. We in Utah now. It definitely feels more like a street bike than a dual sport. I don't mean that insultingly. It just definitely has that feeling. The suspension's a little stiff on the road, which honestly I like because it means it'll be better off-road. Supposedly it's a really good compromise. It's not diving like crazy when I hit the front brake. It doesn't feel squishy. It's a Showa setup in the front, so it's not nothing. Whoa! That was off the ground. Fun. It is beautiful here. Look at this canyon. Unbelievable.
Your body weight is
Ian.
also inertia shifting that bike over. And when
Well,
it goes
I'm just going to tell
off,
people you crashed.
Oh, yeah. Okay, suspension. Shockingly good. I just tagged that rock hard, dude. At speed, oh my God, look at this. Wow. So good, so cool. Oh, big rock. So, limited clearance under the pegs. I just tagged a rock with my foot with the peg. Holy shit. That is deep, dude. I'm wet as hell. Oh, that was deep. Maybe I should slow down. Oh, I was not expecting that. Another? This one looks better. It's got rocks in the bottom, actually. It's not easy to ride aggressively. It carries its weight weirdly, so you feel it in a way that I haven't with similarly sized bikes, but you can ride it aggressively. So, that's a bonus. There's Ian. Big rock. Don't do the middle, dude. It's so deep. Oh, 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 that was an unexpected G out at 56 miles an hour. There's a jump. That was it. But that's a great test of the suspension because I was not prepared for that. It was not on purpose, and I didn't bottom it, and it didn't deflect me weird, throw me off the bike, or even hit me in the ass. So, pretty good. That's a corner that you wouldn't want to come up on too much speed, would you? No, sir. So the rain has begun. We're hoping it's just light, mostly because I don't want this road to turn into slippery clay-ass mud, which is what they have here, similar to what we have at home in the valley. See, right here, on top of this ridge with no trees around, it's not where I want to be in a thunderstorm. Just saying. My dude. Here goes one lost moto to show you how it's done. This guy's out of Portland. He's an Oregonian. This is One Lost Moto on Instagram. He is an Oregonian, so he's obviously cool, but Go follow the guy. He makes like good content, like he like edits it for Instagram, not like what you're used to seeing from me. So, you know, enjoy that. So far, the most impressive thing about this bike to me is the suspension. I can't believe the bumps it's taking. I haven't bottomed it at all, and it's taking these huge rain ruts. Now, you can feel it, so, you know, it's not adjustable. It's pretty progressive, honestly, but I have taken some jumps and rain ruts and G-outs way faster than I should have. It's just eating it all up. I did not expect the suspension to be good at all. Man, that little rain we got just knocked the dust down. That's awesome. So, that's pretty cool. Well done. I mean, it's, like I said before, it's a Showa. It's a Showa suspension. It's not some garbage, but it's shockingly good. And honestly, like the total pack mule, if you want it to be, if you just want to sit down and get up stuff and go over, I mean, that's what it's built for, right? They ride them all over the Himalayas. You know, 2-3 people on them through the most gnarly, muddy, rocky crap at the highest elevations. Like, that's what it's for. It's a total, they call it, the motor is called the Sherpa for a reason. So, you know, that I expected. What I didn't expect is what happens when you keep it in the 6,000-7,000 RPM range. You can have fun on this. This bike will take you places. It definitely will, which is awesome. Found some mud, dude. It's not good. These tires are not good in mud. Not enjoying this. These tires are 100% balled up right now. There's nothing but mud. Traction is an afterthought. Oh, it's my front wheel, dude. Look at that. My front wheel won't move. Yeah, the fender I was complaining about earlier today. My front tire's still caked. I can't move. Which is, you know, a thing that happens when you have a weird low fender. Look at that. It's not moving. You can see it not spinning. So look at, I literally said this morning, first conversation with the designer, I was like, what's with the double fender? Because I feel like that lower one is going to get super packed with mud. And they were like, oh, it's probably fine. It was not fine. I was pushing a stationary tire up this hill. Were you?
Yeah. Mine didn't lock completely.
Oh, dude, mine did for so long.
Your brake was, when I sat there, we pulled out a
Look at this.
handful of mud
Look
from
at
his
this.
brake.
Like, it's brutal, dude. And only when I got up out of the mud was I able to get it rolling enough to quit repacking it every time. A little bit knobbier tires and that front fender not being there, this would have been easy. It looks like the others elected to have it ridden up for them, which I forgot that was an option, or I would have done the same thing. All right, well, there's apparently more mud up here because I just heard the guys. Let's give it a shot. Just keep the tire moving. Nope, it's already balling up. What is this? Not good, dude. Come on, dude. I gotta get out of it. It's bad. My front wheel is just not turning. It just won't turn. Front fender is off. I made it farther than anyone else with the front fender, so wow, it's so much easier when your front tire is moving. Wow, that's night and day, buddy. Whoa, yeah, so fun. That's all the fenders that came off.
One more.
Plus one. So
Hold on, one more over here.
Let's get let's keep it going.
just never let it be said that they don't take care of you on a Himalayan ride. So that was a fun sort of challenge. That was such a short section, but it was unbelievably bad. So glad we made it through. We should have just pulled the fenders off at the bottom, but kept thinking it would just get better, and it did not. But onward, more fun riding, hopefully, theoretically. It's definitely bogging still. It either doesn't like climbing, or I've still got mud stopping my wheel from doing stuff. Oh man, this is not ugly. Look at all that blue sky. Look at that. No joke. That's gorgeous. Oh man, what a life, what a day.
What a fun and amazing, eventful day. Eventful.
Oh my God. Utah's ugly.
Good times hanging out with the crew. Big thanks to Royal Enfield for bringing me out here. And so excited to be one of the first people to get some extensive seat time on the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. So great to get out and ride with the bros.
It's pretty easy to lift.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like I've tested all of the smaller, affordable adventure motorcycles, except the new CF Moto, which is a big exception. And I would say this is my favorite. You know, comparing it to other bikes on the highway, now it's got the highway capability, which it was lacking before. I mean, you've mentioned that. Mm-hmm. So as an overall package, if you look at the price, the features, the technology, the low seat height, the good ground clearance, good suspension travel, you know, pretty smooth motor for what it is, the 3-year warranty, This is a phenomenal deal for under $6,000. And I think the most impressive adventure motorcycle I've ever tested under $6,000.
Wow, that's high praise, dude.
Yeah, I really believe that. I'm going to be saying that in my video. You can afford it. It's the right size. It's the right price. So there you go.
See, and you heard it from the man, the voice of motorcycle reviews, really, in the world. Honestly, he's like probably the best one. I like it when we say the same things because, especially when it's things I think people might disagree with, at least we have each other. But yeah, I think it's a hell of a bike, hell of a value. So excited for it to get into people's hands and for them to see what it can do.
Excellent!
Pretty cool. It's beautiful here.